Welcome back. Hi. Welcome back to the Crystal Library. Hello. We're live. Cat is asleep. That's Pepper. Hey everybody. How we doing? We got some abs to draw, I guess. But really quick, just wanted to let everybody know, welcome to the Crystal Library. If this is your first time here, we do a lot of anatomy. Occasionally I dork around and maybe learn a thing or two, and if you want, you can learn it with me. But I'm your accountability buddy to hopefully make learning anatomy a little bit easier, because it's hard. So don't do it by yourself, do it with us in here, and we can learn it together. If you have any questions about the body part that we're learning at the moment, feel free to ask them now. Otherwise, when we get drawing, I probably will have to wait until after the session. But lots to do here. I won't plug anything just yet, but if you like, there's a Patreon, there's a Discord, !X thing, and you can get the link if you want to get some extra deep dive information, as well as feedback if you want to talk to me about stuff after class. But anyway, besides that, I guess I should start, because I'm late! Hi, I'm Daisy. So, just to make sure there's nothing sus on my screen before I click over, here we go, we're good. Yay! It's time for abs. And it's also time for Pokemon Emerald. Let me know how audio sounds, if we're too loud or too quiet. I might turn it down just a hair, because the Pokemon is very good, and I was listening to it right before stream, and I'm like, yeah, let's keep this going. Let's keep these vibes going. By a wonderful, I'm not going to say their name right, Chameleonac? I think I got it right, maybe? Newer channel, just starting out. They're wonderful. Go listen to their stuff. I've been looping it nonstop. So anyway, yeah. We're going to start right out the gate because I have things to do today. We're not going to take too long here. We're here to do quick and dirty homework and then get out and bounce with our lives. So, just to briefly recap, I guess, we did... Where is he? This gentleman, nope, that's what we're gonna do. Where is the gentleman? No, where is he? Is it this one? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, so we did this gentleman last week. Pretty close. This is what I did the first round. Again, I should mention. Second time through the Proko course. This is me revisiting all of this information again for the second time. Because I forgot a lot of junk, and I want to remember it, and hopefully as we go through it, we can make it easier and just have fun time, not a hard time. Still hard, but enjoyable hard. You know what I mean? So this was the first attempt, 2021, Kiana attempted this, and, you know, it's good. I'm really happy with it. I had as much time as I wanted, no time limit. Let's see. Yes, this is safe. There he is. So, first time, without a timer. Second time, with a timer. Pretty close. Pretty close. You know, we did this last week in about 30-ish minutes. I feel pretty good about that. Sure, there's some things that are not going to be close one-to-one because the first version I took as long as I wanted on it. I feel pretty good that we got even remotely close to the same thing. So I should stress, the Proko gesture lessons, obviously you should be doing these quickly. You should take no longer than 5 to 10 minutes on them, maybe more if you want. But I'm extra. I can't really do fast. That's why I'm challenging myself these days to draw faster. And it's a really helpful skill, so hopefully you can learn it too. The faster you get your foundation out there, the sooner you can have fun drawing the thing on top of the foundation. So, this is our last look at abs. The very most important, I would say, core part of the body. This is the mother of muscles. If we're gonna look at muscles in general, I mean, everything's important, but this is core! Your abs keep you afloat, they keep you standing, they keep you functioning. We'd all be puddles of noodles and meat bags on the floor without these things. So you kind of need to know them. And they also look really cool when you draw a guy and they're not wearing a shirt. If you got a good set of abs on you, make them look hot. It's just nice to know what they are. So anyway, I would strongly recommend before we do any of these lessons together, again, I'm your accountability buddy to make sure you do your homework with somebody, not by yourself. And we can check in and talk about how hard it was or how easy it was, and put your stuff in the Discord, and we can talk about it and have feedback back and forth, critiques and such. So I guess let's just really quickly check in topic-wise. This, again, is the ab lesson. Go watch the full Proko lesson. I'm not the teacher. I'm just another student who really likes geeking out about this stuff, and I kind of may have a leg up because I've already done this course. I really want to get to animal anatomy eventually, so we're breezing through it. Do your homework before class, ideally, again, if you can. If you have life, if you have school, got it, don't worry about it. But you get the most out of what you put in. So if you have actual time to be a human and a student at the same time outside of whatever it is you're doing, and you can bring your homework to class, that's how we grow. We can ask each other questions and get feedback and such. And this is basically the real stuff where we can do it live and talk about it live, and you can critique me and laugh at me and tell me all the things that I did wrong. So let's look at the abs real quick. So I can't exactly show you all of the notes, but I can give you a brief overview of the stuff that we're looking at, because I take active notes, by the way, which you can get in the Discord as well as the Patreon. Just gonna throw that humble brag out there. Go get them. All of Proko's notes, basically, I have taken the painstaking time to transcribe, so you can look at them at a glance. Again, this is not the extended, full-on premium cut of notes, but, you know, as good as we can. If you want to get at least a little bit of a leg up, I'm taking most of the work out of this journey for you. And it helps me learn too, I gotta remember it. So we should know, there's actually 4 sets of abs in our bodies. Oh God, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, I'm excited about muscles, can you tell? So we got the transversus abdominis, goes horizontal. We got the rectus abdominis, which is probably the part that you see the most on the surface, the big old 8-pack / 6-pack / if we can, goals 10, 12-pack one day, maybe 63-pack, whatever. Internal obliques, we haven't gotten to those yet. That's the next lesson, the twisty muscles, the love handle junk. And then external oblique, going downwards, which is still connected, but basically these two are sister and brother. They go together. So you have the part that starts at the top of the ribs where the serratus meets, and then it gets a little bit lower and thinner and thicker and becomes big old love handle right here. You can leave a like too if you want. I wouldn't be mad. So anyway, you should just know, again, regardless of body type and body fat percentage, we all have abs. They just might be a bit more hidden for some of us. Goals, again, crunches and sit-ups all day long to get those beautiful 6-packs. But, you know, you can also just completely live through life without ever seeing them. That's totally fine. If you want to see all of the notes extended, there's 20 more pages that you haven't seen yet. Go get the notes via !Patreon. And I add to it actively every single week. So anyway, the nice thing is this gentleman is a perfect example of what a ripped, muscly body should look like if you do all of the work in the tone and don't ever have to worry about having to do the extra work. You can just see them on this guy. So the abs are very present. We talked a lot about Greek arches and thoracic arches and skeletal arches last week, and again, go watch the Proko lesson if you have no idea what I just said. But where the abs start, how it connects to the aponeurosis, being the big old tendon that starts at the top of your ribs where pecs and sternum meet, the big old bumpy thing in the middle of your chest that makes you, when you hit your chest real low and you go, ah, that part, the sternum. Right underneath that, the xiphoid process is where the abs actually start. So anyway, need to know things. Before we actually draw this junk, what we should know. Going forward, predominantly you have the rectus abdominis that goes at an angle. It curves down. As you can see, it tapers in as it gets closer to the crotch. It's not a straight horizontal ladder. It's a V somewhat. Secondly, how it starts up here, depending on the body type, aim for the packs to start a little bit below the nipplage, right underneath the pecs. So the pectoralis major is basically the starting point of the abs, and ideally, if you are ripped and buff and would like to draw superheroes that look like this guy, they would start right there. Now, not all abs are created equal, as we know. So, if you would love to have abs like this, obviously, all day at the gym, but for most of us that are not blessed with the genetic prowess that some of us have, it is oftentimes covered up by a lower level of fat. That's why we get the love handles and the beer belly if we are a little more lazy at the gym and we just sit on the couch all day, which is totally normal and average people almost all have that. So don't shame it. It's beautiful. But if you want it, you got to work for it. So just know that unfortunately in this pack, it doesn't really show it, but in the video he explains that even the most ripped, muscly boxer kind of guys can still have a big old beer gut in front of the abs, and they're still there, just not visible. So not all dudes are created equal. Not every single man that works at the gym is going to look like a Superman. Beyond that, I guess the next thing would be to look at a woman with abs. Whoa, there's a crotch, I should have covered that. But it's mostly fine, I think. Yeah, so, sorry, I totally forgot. I'm gonna just slide this lady over here real quick and fix that super fast. I think she's fine, but still, let's really quickly fix that. By the way, if you have questions, by all means, please let me know. I talk a mile a minute. My ADHD doesn't let me shut up sometimes. So if you ask me questions and I miss it, just say it again. Sorry in advance. Okay, where is my layer? There it is. Nope, I want the bucket tool. Give me this. There we go. All is well now. Yay. I don't know how YouTube feels about censorship. I'm sure it's fine. It's very tasteful. It's not that bad. But just in case. No boobs and nipples here. At least not on a woman. Sorry, we can't flash, but y'all can. Anyway. So, the other thing I should mention, when we're looking at a gentleman, obviously you're looking for a six-pack. When we're looking at a woman, it's at least for a ripped, toned woman, you may see a six-pack. But he tends to show it as a violin instrument, more so very curved. Again, we are very curvy creatures. So lots of C curves and S curves and all that good stuff. Men, more rigid, more boxing, all that stuff. And then in between, you can play in all the gray areas of the LGBTQ rainbow. But for at least your stereotypically cisgendered woman, very curvy, very ovular shaped for abs. And then if you want, you can put some hashtags in there. But for the most part, one shape. Now, not so much present on this example. Again, I'm showing you a censored version. If you want to see the full image without censorship, go see the images in the Proko lesson. Link in description. The pictures are free. The course is not, but he offers a lot for free on YouTube. But if you want the pictures, go get them right now on proko.com. We're going to draw in a second. I'm just going to finish talking and teach you abs in 5 seconds before we actually draw them. So the last thing, we're going to draw that lady in a moment, but we're actually going to start here because one, this is a great example of exactly what I was illustrating earlier. Abs, but with a little bit of chunk on top. Like, she's still toned. Like, you can see she's got them. You can see them. They're right there. They're beautiful. But because we carry the fat a little bit, it's spread out, so the curves kind of soften the abs, and in that sense, they're not as prominent. So how you place them and how you show them, how you accentuate them, and what kind of body types, this is really where you have complete control as an artist to kind of change the shape of the abs. They don't have to be completely ladder-like. They can be curved, they can be S-curved, they can be softened and kind of melt into the fat of the body. It really is up to you and the character you're drawing. So on someone like her, there's a lot less definition lower down. After the belly button, it kind of gets cut off and it's just beautiful curve. So that's, I guess, the main thing of I wanted to accentuate that today. So we're going to finally start. I'm going to shut up now and let you listen to the Pokemon Emerald in a moment. But the other thing about this...
Let's go grab a glass of water. And And why don't you go wash your hands?
Thank you. Every time there's a just interruption that I just completely forget about, and it's just thanks. Okay. I will never turn it off. At some point, I would love a compilation of how many times that interrupts me. Every single time. Okay. All right. So, getting back into the weeds. Normally today would be just gesture day, and it is going to still be gesture day. What we've been doing throughout the lessons as I go through them, which by the way, you have complete control of what pictures I draw. We are only doing a select chunk of each lesson. Again, I'm revisiting this course. I'm not doing it again, 1-to-1. If we were to do that, I'd be here for 5 more years. Probably not, maybe like 2 or 3. But still, we're expediting the journey. So I'm taking basically the best of the pack, or things that I could have improved in my first round, and we're redoing them for the second round. And you can vote on which picture we look at via this the poll section on the channel. So subscribe if you want to vote on which picture we look at, and you guys basically decide which picture we're drawing. So out of this entire 8-10 picture pack that Proko gives us, we're only looking at 4, and you pick the best of the best. So you happen to pick the, where's my mouse? You voted for this lady. By the by, I should stress again, in the full picture, she has legs. I can't show you them, but she has legs. You should go get them! If you want to do this lesson with me. So things to look for. She's curving over, so literally the abs are engaging, because the second you get your rib cage closer to your pelvis, they're active, they're working, so the abs are on. If you're extending back and letting your back do all the work, they are not as strong, and they are a lot flatter. The accordion kind of flattens out. So we want to get some definition in here. We're going to start with this lady, because I want to do a 5-minute warm-up to get my body moving and get my blood pumping, because I haven't done any drawing today. So we're going to actually start with this lady, do 5-minute gesture for this, just very brief, get our bodies moving, and then we'll take a little bit longer and do a more study for this one. And how studies work is I usually have a timer, 25 minutes that I've made, that you can grab in the description. Again, lots of links down there. 5-minute gesture, 10-minute bony landmarks, and then lastly 10-minute muscles and any other shadings that we want to add. But for this quick gesture, we're just going to get the base movement just to get us moving. And last bit of talk, I will also add, for this revisit, I specifically am challenging myself to mirror the second version of this image. So the first, we basically spend 2 weeks on each lesson if the lesson is gestures. And it's recommended to do them quickly, but I like to be a little more in depth. I want to understand the whole entire process. I want to get my x-ray goggles on and see the entire body. I want to look underneath the skin and get all of that in there. So that's why we take a little longer. But for this revisit, the first stream of each lesson will be the standard gesture that we just draw exactly what we see. But the second time, I'm going to go and make the extra mile and take the challenge of flipping this picture around and mirroring it in my brain via imagination. Because if you can invent it, you can draw anything. It's hard though. So this is a challenge I'm doing exclusively for myself. That coupled with, I experimented with doing that with a timer. Ooh, it didn't go well. I'm not saying I'll never do it again, but it was not very productive. It could have probably been a little bit easier if I didn't have a timer. And I think specifically for those, because I'm not copying what I'm seeing, I need a little more time to analyze. It was also the double whammy of she was sitting in a chair. This is for the last couple lessons we did for breasts. She was sitting in a chair, so it was on a plane, and I was mirroring it in my brain, so I was hit with the double whammy of like, oh god. It was not enough time to get that gesture in. It was rough. So I'm going to take a little more time because it really does help solidify in my brain what I'm looking at for a while, and then after it's probably in there, we can start timing ourselves to keep us moving. It's just really hard when there's not a one-to-one picture. So anyway, if you couldn't tell, I ramble. I'm sorry. But as soon as I start drawing, I shut up, so I have to talk now. But anyway, One more time, if you have any questions, your resident anatomy mentor is here to listen, and if you have anything that I can help with, let me know. But otherwise, we're going to start over here. And if I'm drawing legs that you don't see, again, go get the picture. It's not paid, it's free. Just the picture for the course. I'm looking at the full picture on another monitor though. Okay. And then I gotta bounce because I want to get stuff done today. I'm setting up a Gumroad hopefully so you can all download my brushes. Yay! And I need to get paid. So if you can help out a girl, it would be great. Anyway, I'm gonna shrink this lady down because she's huge. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, come back. But I want to minimize. Wait. No, I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna shrink her down just a smidge. Oh, hi. Cropping you. Just ever so slightly. No? No. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Alright. Navigator, get over here. I want you over here, so it's not in the way. Now you can still see the image, but it's not gonna completely intrude on my UI. Alrighty. We'll move you over here. Yeah, buddy. Okay. That feels good. Pixel perfect because my ADHD and OCD won't let me. It's just a smidge off. Come on. Oh no, I can't spend 5 minutes. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So, here we go. I also have a gentle timer that I'm using right now, just to keep me moving and also give my eyes a quick eye break every once in a while. You'll hear a little ding every 20 minutes. So don't get scared if you hear a bell ringing. I'm setting a timer right now to keep us moving. So I'm gonna start with a 5-minute timer just to get this gesture in, and then we're gonna take our time with the second one and give us a maybe 20 to 30 minute gesture and maybe have some more time to cook on that one. And then we can finalize things from there. So let's see. One more thing before I start. Again, if you want the links to any of these timers that you're hearing, you are welcome to grab them in the description. Alright, it is an unlisted link right now because I haven't had time to finalize that. I want to make a whole entire, thing, and I just haven't had a chance to do that. Managing 3 channels is a lot of work. Okay. Here we go. Here is my timer. Set that back about 30 seconds. So we are ready. 5-minute gesture. Where are my layers? Here we are. Let's see. You go away. Here we go. Let's warm up. Oh yeah, here's the first attempt. Not bad. There's boobs that you can't see. Second attempt, this is with a timer. This one was out without. I think I took like a whole entire half a day on it. We're getting faster, fam. So here we go. We're not here to nitpick. We're not here to draw perfect fingers and hands. We're not here to do the beautiful toes that she's using, pointing with that you can't see. We're here to just get the base gesture. If it looks anything remotely close and there's fluidity and movement, I'm happy. Okay, so let's hide this. Goodbye. Actually, looking back at it now, what do I want to attack this with? As I'm looking at this, first round, her head's a little bit lower. Her torso feels way too long, maybe like an inch or two too long. But I'm also just nitpicking over menial things. It's not a huge deal. There's so many more muscles that I know now that I didn't know before. Like this little crotch line. You can't see it, but I know that's an inner thigh now. I know that this is a part of the pocket of the leg. It makes sense to my brain now. It's so nice. One day you'll not be as confused as I was. And hopefully I'll stop being crazy by myself. It's so nice to finally geek out about this stuff. Okay. Delt and all that good, beautiful stuff. Things to look for in this gesture. Negative space in between the limbs, keeping that minimal. Getting that beautiful hinge over, and contracting the abs. The placement of the elbow on her leg a little bit higher than the knee. And I guess weight leaning towards the front. She's on her toe, which you can't really see in this picture, but here, she's on her toe. Yeah. And then I guess just let the curves do most of the talking. A lot more weight can be hanging here, some squash and stretch can be happening. Now that we know what oblique is, we can get that in there. At least I do. You'll have to wait till next week to learn about the obliques. My favorite lesson, I did some of my best studies for that one. Felt really good about it. Okay, so here we go. As soon as I start my timer, I can't talk, so that's why I'm talking as much as I am now. So I apologize in advance if I'm real chatty. Get a sip of water in me. Make sure my brushes are ready. Okay, 5-minute gesture. Get your brushes ready if you're doing this with me live. Amazing job. I applaud you if you're actually taking the chance to do this with me. And no worries if not. We don't judge what we create, we just live with it. That's the whole entire journey. Mantra is just do your best. We can judge and hate it later. Just try right now. Had to do that for a couple of years with some fierce art block, let me tell you. That art block had some fangs and teeth. Yikes. Oh, we fought our way through though. Okay. Timer is starting. Oh no, wait, I'm not ready. Hang on, couple more seconds. Okay, here we go. Brush is ready. You're gonna hear the countdown momentarily. Make sure this is at full blast. Okay, here we go. 2, 1. Where's my midpoint? I'm gonna say that's a leg. Okay. Not that much stomach. She's not that thick. Okay. There's a beautiful little connection right where armpit and hip meet. Okay. Oh my god, hey there, it's Ebo! Welcome! You just made it. I just started the gesture right now. Don't worry, this is just a 5 minutes to get me moving. I can't really talk right now, but hey, how you doing? I might start freaking out in a moment. Sorry in advance. You're welcome to attempt this gesture with me, or you're just here to watch. Whatever feels good. Float your boat however you like. That leg is already way too far out. Okay. This is our last day of the abs. So jump in while you can, because next week is oblique day. All right, where the heck is your belly button, honey? I'm gonna just pick that point right there. Okay, connection lines off the bat. Here's how I set my gesture. Line of action, oh yeah. Belly button to shoulder. Boom, 1, 2, okay. Find my beautiful neckline from there, 1. And then let's say from here, from the belly button to the neck. There it is. Where is my other shoulder? There it is. Connects just like that. Beautiful. From there, where is my hip bone? Boom. To the other hip bone. Boom. It's a little bit more in. There we go. From there, make a beautiful triangle to find the crotch. There it is. Actually, that's pretty close. It's pretty close. Yeah, actually. We almost got it in there. And then all of this is torso. Okay. Beautiful. I found you. Now I can put the rest of the details on. Okay. Don't worry. I'm just talking through it. I gotta figure it out. Okay. Off the bat, we need abs. Where are they? Line of action. Oh yeah. Here is the belly button to the sternum. Follow that. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I hope you're feeling better, my friend. I know you haven't been feeling good, sir. I'm sorry to hear that. Alright, she needs arms. Where are your arms, darling? Here's the shoulder. Give me a beautiful delt right there. Give me that negative space. Oh, bop. Yes. And then elbow connected. Now's the time to talk it through. Wrists are more angled than the bottom of the arm. Okay. Where's your head? She needs a head. Headless chicken lady. Where's your head? Alright, also perspective-wise, does that fit? Not quite. Her torso's a little too small. I mean, her legs are a little too small. So let's say the bottom of the leg is about double the distance from her belly button to her neck. So a little bit longer around here. There's a foot. There we go. Coming at you like Cleopatra. Beautiful. Royalty this lady is. Treat her with respect. Okay. Now she's standing on something. It looks really off, but it's something. Okay. I'm not gonna even try with the quad and the calf. Nope. Oh gosh. Heel. Toe. I suck at feet. I suck at feet. I don't like them. Ew, I hate them. I can't wait to get good at them. I don't like drawing toes. I don't like drawing beans. But I do love looking at some really good pointy ones. I'm a dancer, what can I say? Alright. Oh, that looks awful. Where is her other arm? There it is. And the other end connection. Find the armpit. Give her a head in 20 seconds. Oh god. Oh god. She needs a head. She needs a head. Where's your head? I'm gonna just pick right below the shoulder. And then a big old circle right there. Yeah. Hair is beautiful. Can you tell that's hair? Probably not. Where's her ear? Ah! Time. Alright. We got her in there. Is it glamorous? No. It's hideous. But we got her in there. Just a teensy bit? No. I'm sorry, brother. But I'm hoping you're feeling a little better than you were when I last saw you. Yes, I see this person in real life. Weird! I have legs. Did you know? Alrighty. Well, for starters, her leg feels really weird. For one, legs don't do that. We're not exactly masters. I never said I was perfect. I'm just learning as best I can. I'm not gonna add much. I just want to see, gesture-wise, where I went wrong. And I think it's because I wanted to get this thigh in, and because we didn't put a calf in, that already looks a little better, and then she needs a knee. There we go. And now her elbow is sitting on something. It's already still way too much, but connection. And then she's got a beautiful badonkadonk. There's a lot of girth. There it is. It's definitely not my best, but you know what? We tried. I don't hate it. It's definitely something. Learning. Alright. Yeah, first round. Could be better. It's really rough, but we tried our best. Don't hate it. Alright, shut up. Thank you, timer. That's enough. Calm back. Okay. So, yeah, this was supposed to be a warm-up. That's exactly what it is. It's an ugly warm-up, but it's a warm-up. Alright, so other than that, we're gonna put that away for now. Goodbye. Here was our first attempt, much cleaner, but I did take as long as I wanted on it. This was done in 5 minutes. Oh, you did it with me, Ebo? Oh my gosh! That's okay. I'm honored that you actually tried to do it with me. Take on the challenge. Let's go. Awesome, awesome. That's how we grow, man. That's how we grow. Again, you're welcome to put your work in the Discord if you want to talk about it and get feedback. Up to you. No pressure, though. But if you put things in the Discord, I will look at it on stream. So just know that it will be immortalized for the internet to see forever. It's a good way to mark your progress, though, I'll tell you that. All right. 2026 picture and rewatching it in 2041 being haunted 20 years later, like, oh god. Okay, so let's move on. I'm not gonna add to this lady as much as I would love to. I can't really put anything on a faulty gesture. For one, she doesn't really feel real yet, but I got most of her in there and I'm happy with that, so we'll leave it there. Alright, next attempt. Another lady. But I won't say it all again, but Ebo, you basically missed my whole spiel about the abs that we were working on. If you want to catch up, though, go watch Proko's lesson, and again, link in the description. Super quick, and then come right back. But lowdown being, instead of hashtags for men, we're drawing violins for women. That's the idea. 4 sets of abs. Transversus. Oh, we're gonna quiz me right now. Transversus goes horizontal. Oblique goes diagonal down and up. That's 2. And then the rectus abdominis is the ladder. Boom, baby. Hey. So just be aware of all those things. So now, let's see. For this second drawing, what are we looking at? Here was my... Nope, that was what we did last week. Where is this lady? Is she here? There she is! First try. Let's go. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm gonna say right now, this is the anatomy stream, so I'm gonna anatomy nerd! It's what I do! I love this stuff! Oh, I can't wait. My voice keeps cracking. Okay. What I really like about this first attempt that I did is there's a very clear line of action. You cannot miss that lovely curve. But I'm looking right now and there's a little bit more, well, yeah, you know what? I kind of got that in there. There's a beautiful squash and stretch pinch that's happening in there. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of got it in there. All right, where is this lady? There she is. I'm drawing another, again, I'm referencing the full picture. You are only seeing the censored version. If you want the full picture, go to the Proko website to get it. That is not paid, that is free. So, things to think about for this picture. This model, she is hunching over, so abs are active. They are engaged, much like the first one. The closer your rib cage and your pelvis get together, the more engaged your abs are. So the accordion gets thicker and the donuts like plump up. The more active your abs are, the thicker they are. The thinner they are, the more you're extending when you're bending back and doing a beautiful reach back and yawning. The thinner they are, and you barely see them. So for this, they are much more pronounced. And she is toned. She's still got some. I see the pack in there. I see at least a 6-pack. She maybe have more than, whoa, okay, I'm seeing some shadow definition. All right, respect. All right, she earned them. She's also twisting, so oblique is engaged as well. Dynamic posing. Ooh, I love it. So there's a twist happening as well in the body. And she's leaning a little bit to the left, so there's a little bit of lateral reach in her ribs. So she's even kind of pushing sideways, curving, and twisting. I'm doing this and this hurts me. This is a hard position to do. Yikes. I'm impressed. Oh yeah. Understanding squash and squish. Oh yeah. That's exactly right. Bones are rigid, but muscles can move all around those bones. So, the other thing that I was going to say, for this round, what we just did was a 5-minute gesture. You are welcome to do another 5-minute gesture and time yourself, but I'm going to take a little bit longer on this one. Because for exactly the reason that you pointed out, the first pass is usually just gesture. Get the motion in the movement, get the fluidity in there. Then you can start to refine, put the bones in there if you know what they are, and you can kind of somewhat see them. Again, we work on our x-ray vision in here, so we can put the fun stuff on top. So, where do the ribs go? I'm going to bring her a little bigger. Let me see. Full screen this lady. You could be a little bigger than that. Come on, there we go. All right, so, there we go. Okay, I'm seeing some ribs. You can see the base of the ribs right there. The cutoff is right there. Again, you can't really see them because they're hiding under a big block, sensor block, but they're there. So ribs being pushed out to the extreme, this is all bone, subcutaneous bone. Most of it is bone. Only parts that you might see that is muscle is a little bit of serratus, which is like the striations you kind of see on the edge of her skin right here. It's very faint, probably not even worth noting. Which I need to remember what the heck all of that stuff is. God, I can't remember any of that stuff. The back, I've completely forgotten anything about the back, so we're gonna remember that together. But yeah, most of this is bone. Get that big bony ribcage shape in there. And because she's twisting, it's a little bit harder to see, but this I'm going to actually do a little tracing because it might make it easier for you to understand, because I'm just going to talk to myself and you're not going to understand. Having a conversation with myself all day long and it not making sense is my job. So here we go. Notes. Lock you down. There we go. Oh, good song. I'm gonna say, let's say ribcage comes right around here. If this is mostly ribcage. Pit of the neck, that's where it starts. Yep. And then, bones can't twist. They can only be in one place, and the muscles around them can twist. So I'm gonna say that's actually the start of the neck. Torso. Sternum. Tracings for the ribcage were also very helpful, so if you want to understand the ribcage a bit better and make sense of what this is about to be, feel free to jump into that lesson as well. I'm still recording! I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So, let's see. Cut off right there. Let's say right around here is where ribs end. And you can even kind of tell the bends and folds in the skin, they kind of tell you where bones are. Bones usually fold around the skin's the skin malleably moves around bone. So if you see a big old chunk of skin squash, it's probably a bone. So this, I think, is going to be mostly our bones. And there's the rib cage. There she is. All right. From there, I'm going to say, actually, where is her sternum? It's going... like there? Yeah. There's like 3 levels of bump on your sternum. If you draw, let's see. I'm gonna draw a really quick and dirty ribcage real quick. Here's your sternum. Your sternum has like 3 layers. I forget manubrium? Let's say xiphoid? No. Sternum, manubrium, sternum, and then xiphoid process. The big old knife slash katana that's at the bottom of your ribs, and then they split off, like so. So, yeah, I think I'm seeing level 1, level 2, and then level 3 is usually invisible. It's tucked underneath the skin because it's depressed. It goes downward into your body. There's a literal knife that goes ka-cha into your body called your xiphoid process on your ribs. So anyway, I'm gonna say that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. It kind of looks like... The only reason it looks like it might be going this way is because there's pec right there. That's pec / boob. What we talked about, boob and pec are the same thing, they're just hidden. There's just a big old bunch of tissue covering it. I won't accentuate it, but there is a boob sitting right on top. So I'm gonna say, because that tissue is pushing against the ribs, this is actually where her sternum is. And it's connecting that way. So we have the cutoff being this shadow right here, being the front curve, and this being the back. Maybe there. Maybe there. Maybe there. Kinda hard to see. Yeah, and actually, ribs can be in different positions. They can be in, they can be out, they can be straight. It depends on the person. So I'm gonna say she's got curvy ribs. Maybe like that. Okay. So there's her head, because the ribs have to go where the neck hole is. This is her neck, so it's right there. There's muscle sitting on top of that, but that's not bone, that's muscle. Okay, now! Pelvis, can't miss it. Bright as day. Big old box. Boom. I'm just getting some positioning in before I actually draw this woman. Let's see. It's a big old circle right there. And then beautiful. Follow that line. That looks right. But if I hide this, this isn't bone. That's muscle. This is muscle. I believe this is muscle. That's a pocket muscle. It's knuckles. Yeah. So that's a whole nother leg muscle that we haven't gotten to. But the TFL, the pocket muscle, literally where you can put your phone, there's a muscle that looks exactly like a phone pocket. So I think that's what that is. And it starts to connect into rectus abdominis, quad muscle. This differentiation is some glute. That's some TFL's up here. And then your side of the hip, what the heck is it called? IT band! Iliotibial band, or whatever the heck. It sucks to roll. Anyway, I'm geeking out. Sorry. Point is, can you find the rib cage? I think I found it. Kind of. Maybe, perhaps. And then can you morph the abs and all that around there? So now that we have some semblance of rib cage, following this curve where her crotch is, basically where junk is where the end of the abs is. So you gotta know where the crotch is, because you gotta put the abs there. They go all the way down. So abs start at the start, I think, of the manubrium and this thing. And then there's some, ribbage that's happening like there. Yeah. And then abs kind of go on that line. Let me look at my notes again. I don't want to lie to you. I want to make sure I'm correct. Yes, they start. Bring this over here for a second. Come here, you. There we go. And just to make sure it doesn't go away when I click on it. Hello? Can you... Oh, you're not gonna make me... You're not... Okay. Alright, well. Fine. Naughty boy. Oh, wait. No. Oh, what? Whoa, that took a while to load. Hello? Hello? I'm gonna dare refresh. She's dying, folks. She's dying! Hang in there! By the way, you can go get these notes over on Patreon. I gotta plug it somewhere, sorry. Okay. Can I shrink this so I can see it while I'm drawing? Yes, there we go. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to scroll right. Thank you. And now, shortcut? Shit. No. Hello? There we go. Okay, sorry. Juggling a million things. So now when I click, it doesn't go away. By the way, that little toy, that thing I just did, there's a PC shortcut called Power Toys you could go get for free. And it lets you do a lot of cool nifty things. Like this. I can move my mouse to anywhere on my screen. Ah! No! You didn't see that. Anyway. Anyway. Abs! Okay. I'm very silly right now, sorry. The strap! It starts at a little bit above the manubrium. Right. A little bit. Yeah. And then it would taper all the way. So the abs connect from bottom of sternum to bottom of crotch. Connect the dots and you have your abs. And they start a little wider. Yeah, this is a rib that would connect in there. So it would go like, yeah, something like that. More ribs. Let's say that. That's our ribs. Yeah. Doesn't have to be exact where it starts, but you can kind of see it. And then all of this. Ab 1. Ab 2. Ab 3 is usually where things stop. If you're lucky, you might get more. And then the little definition right there. Yeah. Okay. Abs! Yeah. Yay! Alright. So I hope that kind of somewhat made sense. I've been mostly waffling to myself. But now, I'm gonna do the hard part of flipping this lady around in my brain. Ha ha ha, see what I did there? What angle do I want to attack this? Give me a moment. I'm gonna actually say in about 2 minutes, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna look away from the screen while I process this lady in my brain and think about what angle I want to draw her at, because I still want to show off the abs. I just want to figure out exactly, because she's now, if I'm flipping her around, 3 Dizzle, if I took a 3D model like this, and I put her in position, what does she look like flipped around? I'm not going to use this first. I want to try it without the mannequin, and then when I fall apart and I slip up and I don't know how to do it, then I bust out the mannequin. But let's see. I want to have it so she's coming, her abs right now are going, she's twisting, so it's mostly ribcage towards camera. I want it so you could be able to see her face, so I might draw more of the other angle and her other arm. So the pinch is at the camera. The stretch is right now facing us. The squash could be facing us in the mirror. So let me think about that. Let me ponder this. Give me a couple of seconds. Have a sip, pet a cat, pet a dog. If your parents are nearby, go give them some head pats. I'll be right back. 2-minute break to reset your eyes. Hello, hello, hello. Pepper didn't do anything naughty, did he? He didn't rob a bank while I was gone, right? Okay. Alrighty. Goodbye. I'm gonna put this away for now. Alright. You can go grab those for only $5 if you want. I'm gonna sit down because I wanna well, wait. I'm gonna stay standing for the gesture round, and then probably once we lock her in and I feel like I can actually see her, I'll sit down. More range with my armitude. Once I stand and when I sit, they move. No banks robbed? Fantastic. Just making sure. You sure you aren't lying to me, Ebo? Just checking. Just checking. You never know with this guy. Okay. Stealing from the cat bank, getting all the cat food? Alrighty. So what I think I'm gonna do, I am going to say, let's go for this angle, where I'm gonna do like a little bit more profile twist. She's leaning forward and arcing back, which gives us this beautiful C-curve. The other angle is not going to accentuate that nearly as much. So it's going to be more of the depression and compression happening in here, the pinchy pinch. Literally, this rib cage is inside the pelvis. You see that? Yikes, man. That's what all that crazy skin folding is happening. It's beautiful, but like, ow! My obliques! If you try to do that, if you like side bend enough, you'll feel a point where bone hits bone, and it's painful. Don't do that. So, I'm impressed with this woman. But like, again, it was a picture, so probably like 2 milliseconds of pain. But yeah, that's intense. That's a lot of pinchy pinch. Lateral benditude, very impressive. In ballet, you want to be up and above the spine, so you nicely reach and elongate. But here, she's just crunching. It's great for abs, but wow, that hurts. Okay, so let's move this, and I'm going to set a 20-minute timer for this because I want to take a minute to do it. Oh, thank you! You are? You're doing it? Did you post it in Discord? Do you want me to look at it before we start, Evo? I'll give you a few minutes before we start if you want me to take a look. Otherwise, we're going to get moving. Yes, yes, yes. Let me know. You have about 2 minutes, and when the stream finally catches up. Modern. Everything is modern. For context, there's a person that is in this chat that possibly takes dance classes with me. I might be the dance coach at a high school that he goes to. Perhaps. And he's been icky poo. I hope you feel better, sir. Okay. 20-minute timer. This timer is accessible to everybody. This is a timer that I use on my sister channel, the Crystal K25 channel, where I do lots of fan art, and it's just 20-minute blocks for a whole hour. So if you want a little more chill, this is not as structured. The gesture is to keep you moving. This is just to leave in the background and you can calmly work to it. No music, just the sound of bells ringing to keep you moving. And it helps. So I have it on loop 90% of the day. Not just because I made it, but because it works. Okay. I might be a little biased though. So anyway, if you want the link, let me know. But I'm going to shrink this lady down a hair just so you have access to her. But I'm going to be looking at the model on my screen because I want to see everything. Make her a little bigger. There we go. Now you have full access to the beauteous woman, and as much as I'm able to show you. There we go. Yeah, here we are. Alrighty. I think I have a plan of attack. I think. I almost want to say... I guess we'll figure it out once we get there. Alright. This tab can go bye-bye now. Goodbye. Let's go over here, because once I start, I won't be able to stop. You posted? I'm sorry, I just saw it. Okay, I'm looking, I'm running. Here I go. In fact, I'm gonna do it because I'm lazy and I don't want to grab it. And I also need to make sure this works. Exclamation point Discord! Does it work? You have 10 nanoseconds. Streamlabs. If nothing pops up, I have to do it myself manually. Streamlabs! I swear I set this up. Arrgh! Okay, fine. I'll get it. Arrgh. Alrighty. Well, we do have a Discord. Sometimes the link comes, sometimes it doesn't. Today it doesn't want to. Sorry. Alrighty. Well, I got a link. I will drop it only if people want it, because I have to go out of my way to get it. But sorry, for whatever reason, it's not working. I think it only works for one stream, and I was streaming on my other channel for a second. That may be why. Alright, anatomy studies, is it? Here it is! Oh, you did it! You're so fast! Wow! Okay, Ebo, I'm gonna show it in the stream. Here it comes. This is from the Ebotrosin that just did this wonderful artwork. Let's see. And boom! Look at that! That looks great! Thank you so much. Yeah, the arm struggled with me too. It's rough, it's rough. So let's talk about it real quick before we get started, because once I start I won't be able to stop. I'm proud of you though. Definitely awesome work for getting that in there. So off the bat, first of all, very, very, very nice. I think we definitely could work on less scratches. It's really easy to just like constantly put your pen down and redraw over strokes. Confidently just take a pen and just one stroke. But you also did just get a tablet, so it may not be one-to-one comfortably yours yet. It's gonna take a minute for you to acclimate. So as you get more comfortable with it, that's, you know, gonna come with time. Secondly, as I'm looking at it, I think the gesture is coming along. It just got a little squashed in here, and that arm really kind of grew out of proportion, which is fair. I struggled with it too, so it's okay. First round was rough. And then lastly, for this one, I would strongly recommend looking at the Proko lessons again, because it's really, really easy to draw what you see, but it's even harder to draw bones because you can't see them. You gotta go out of your way to kind of see without your goggles on. Because rib cage is subcutaneous, it's right against the skin. So there wouldn't even be this gap here. It would just be bone. And then also, you kind of got it in there. I would like to see a little bit more of that pelvis come in, make a little bit more of an obvious box or a bucket. And then, yeah. But that's okay. You are also sick and recovering, and the chicken scratch is normal. It's okay. So I'm really, really proud of you. This is awesome start. Really good stuff. So yeah, if anything, I think the ribcage, I did this too, I think my first round. This half is a little bit bigger than this half. It's still really symmetrical, it just doesn't show. Unless, no, I see what you did here. The head is cutting it off, so it would still extend up there. So you got it in there. Never mind then, I'm sorry. That note doesn't work. But yeah, the squash and stretch, I think we could feel a little bit more pinch here, a little bit more reach here. There could be a little bit more curvature in the leg here. But overall, you got that line of action and it's really, really working for me. Now we would just put stuff on top. So we're gonna do that right now. But thank you for sharing, Eva. I'm so proud of you. Good job. Feel free to continue as you are, living your life, or just do this again. Extra practice never hurts. All right. So meanwhile, where's my timer? Because I already forgot what I was about to do. There it is. I'm gonna take 20 minutes to get this gesture in, and then as I feel more comfortable with it, we're gonna chop that down to 10 minutes, and you'll see. It'll basically go 20, 10, 10. All right. So I want to take as much time as I can to get this gesture in, because once I lock it in, it's basically hard to get anything on top of that. You can't put bones and muscles on a faulty gesture. It's got to be good. So anyway, one more time, let me just look at my notes. That makes sense to my brain. Sure. Will I be able to do that later in execution? We'll find out. And you know what? Since we're also in the camp of inventing, she does not have feet in the picture I'm referencing. I might try to give her feet. This is an ab lesson though, predominantly, so I still want to accentuate the abs, but for at least the most of it, I'm gonna try to get the whole gesture in. So I'm actually, model time, here I go. I'm gonna try to do this, hang on. So let's see. My weight is mostly on the straightened leg, which would be the leg over here, this right leg. This left leg, being the accent leg, is propped and is not carrying any weight at all. So I want to have heavy weight on this hip. Pinchy, pinchy. She's also like trying to sniff her belly button, which is hard to do. Impressive attempt. So all of this side is revealed to us. All of this side is hidden away by mostly sensor blocks. So I'm gonna try to reveal what's hidden and draw the other side of that. Because that's the ultimate challenge. If you can draw from invention without seeing it, you've made it. It's hard, it takes time, it takes a lot of practice and experience, but we gotta start somewhere. So here we go. Again, I would strongly recommend if you're still figuring out gesture and just getting stuff in for the first time, don't do this. This is hard. This is like advanced intermediate level. I'm still working on it myself. Okay. So be on the lookout for a 20-minute timer. It'll go off momentarily. We're gonna start. I'm on the right layer. Where's my brush? What do you mean? It locked itself. Now I'm ready. Okay. Starting in 3. Wait. No. I want a timestamp. Where are we? About an hour in exactly. I'm just sorry. Just getting stuff ready. Makes it easier for me later. 1:02. 45. That sounds about right. Okay, officially starting for realsies in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now, in fact, I'm not gonna look at this because it's gonna confuse me. This is 20 minutes. You have plenty of time. So now, time to get this gesture in. So let's see. I'm gonna try to start with the bean because that will tell me more. Curvy, curvy bean. Let me say that's my rib cage. And then starting down from there, I'm gonna get some pelvis happening. Yeah. Now, actually, standard straight leg is gonna be mostly supporting weight, probably coming at us a little bit. That pinch, I'm already starting to see it. This is probably gonna be, let's see. I'm gonna say shoulders coming in this way. Head naturally extends from there. She's curving over. So let's have the back of the rib cage be about here. And then the beautiful triangle of Venus would disappear from sight. We wouldn't be able to see it. Then here's my pelvis. So we don't even need all of this. This was to encapsulate butt and hip. We don't need that. Let's see. I think there is my rib cage and my pelvis. Yes. That makes sense to me. Invisible pelvis. She is a woman, so they are whiter. Ellipse goes way out here. Let's see. If I were the king of the forest, about there. There's the center of the pelvis. Say it right? Yeah. Okay. Now I can start to see. This is gonna be mostly oblique right here. Beautiful. And it's gonna curve up. So I want to accentuate this right here. This is gonna be our meat and potatoes. I'm gonna erase what I don't need. Now, I'm already running out of room, so let me shrink her. Where's her head? Put in the head. This ribcage already also feels way too big. I'm gonna say this is my sternum. No, I'm just messing around. Where's her head? There's her neck. Some sort of neck is happening there. Alright, so are we into Pokemon? Did we make it to the Elite Four? Sick. Alright. It's a little bit narrower at the base and wider at the top. Well, I'm gonna say right here is some clavicle. And then most of this is actually gonna get obscured by her arm. So there's gonna be a big old chicken wing coming out right out here. I don't like to start with the bones, but I think I kind of have to get this in. Let's see. Yeah, most of this, she's a little longer, so I'm actually gonna... Okay. More leg. I demand more leg. Give her plenty of room to be balanced. And I made that adjustment by judging where I put the torso. From the distance of hip to torso, your leg, you can literally measure on yourself. Your torso is about the distance from your shoulder to your wrist, depending on how long your arms are. I'm a really long, lanky lady, so my hands and arms are a little longer than my torso, but about equidistant. Maybe if you chop off like the width of your hand down, from here to your shoulder is your torso, ideally. About, yeah. So from that, about a torso and a half is your legs. So if I were to go from here, you get to the knee, you get to the knee from the ankle, and then half of that, you get to the foot. You couldn't see any of that, but maybe that made sense. So basically, this distance to this distance, twice about half. There's my foot. Boom to boom, again, about boom, and then half of that distance, boom, you get to ankle, and then foot would begin. Yeah, alright. I'm not even gonna try to understand where her leg is yet. I'm just gonna put in a line and say that. Okay, this beautiful leg is coming in. Oh, and I also just realized, oh no, this hip is higher. Oh, I'm so glad we're taking our time on this because I would have messed this up. If we locked this in, this would be wrong. This hip is up here because oh yes, the rib cage is diving in. So, okay, I'm gonna try to explain this. This is actually where the start of our pelvis is, and it would be dipping about ever so slightly there. Okay, because the rib cage has to go inside the pelvis. She's curving so much. It's going like in the cavity that your bucket is. So let's see. I'm gonna erase what I don't need. The base of it wise is correct, but the angle it is tipping in is not. Oh, I would rather take your time and get details correct versus building something quickly but incorrectly. Slow mistakes can be corrected. Fast mistakes, you learn faster, but I just would stress take your time, especially if you're still starting out. Like I took as long as I wanted on those first lessons. now I'm breezing through them as practice, but for something like this, which is going to require a little more analytical thinking and critical thinking, I really want to be correct. So here we go. Let's try a box. 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 Box going back in space. Oh, kind of. Maybe. What do I see? The angle is not that steep. It's really foreshortened at this angle that I'm drawing it at. It'll hopefully make sense in a moment. I'm trying to make it make sense to me. Okay, let's say there. She's also leaning forward, so I'm gonna give this should be in front of my pelvis, so it shouldn't be at the same level, it would be in front of it. There we go. There's my torso. And it's gonna be leaning down. Okay, she's a wide lady in the hips. That's not what I meant. We all are wide, because we gotta have those babies. So, pelvis, I'm gonna say right there. It's tipping this way. Makes sense? It's tipping that way. You should be able to see the corner edge of it, but not the full front of it. So that makes more sense to me. And then a little bit of perspective. Just know that these lines gradually get closer together. If I were to extend that line, they would connect at some point. So a little bit of perspective, not too much. Don't force it, it doesn't look natural. That's gotten me pretty far. I don't need to be a perspective whiz to get at least the basics in there. It just looks good enough. Gouda enough. I love Gouda cheese. Okay. Jumping around. There's my box. Now, I'm gonna try to find, let's see. If this is where her hip starts, this would probably be a knee. Some gluttage would be hanging off the back, butt, and then thigh and calf. It's relaxed because it's not extended. How hyper extended do I want her legs to be? And then probably from there I find the ankle. Here's the knee, and the base of the knee leads me into the start of the ankle. Yeah. For now, that's enough. We'll probably add more detail as we go, but for now, that feels good. Alright. Now, what about the other leg? I just want to get my weight-bearing leg in first, because that'll tell me where to put weight shifting in. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. She's coming into focus, folks. She's skiing down the ramps. Olympian Channel. She's coming in. My ankles also are angled. Ankles are angled. So I'm gonna put this bump a little lower. There she is. It's not that pronounced because we're looking at the front of her foot mostly, but the outside of her foot would be there. Okay. Yeah. Stop detailing the feet! Okay, moving on. Other leg. I'm glad I made that distinction though. So this thigh now is coming in to curve. And I'm gonna probably guess, just based off of what she's doing, that foot's gonna be right next door. So it's coming out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Alright, there's her other leg. Probably in the way with her nose, probably. And then curving back in. There'd be an ankle in there somewhere. Oh, a baby joined us. Also, it's really dark. I'm going to turn my light on super fast. Alright, I just want to have something concrete so we can construct from it. Glute connects from there. There's her other thigh. This leg is popped, so it would definitely be hyperactive. This is a sharpened curve, because That quad is, that calf is working. Could probably see some hamstring. Okay. No, I don't really need to see that foot. I just would like to know where it is. There it would be. Oh, that saves me some work. I don't have to draw her foot. Yay. But I still, oh, I didn't draw the foot I wanted. I wanted the big foot and the arched foot in the front. Oh, sad face. Oh. Okay. Well, there's her other leg. So now what the heck? She's already feeling really, really... I could play with the curves a bit more, but because I'm doing profile, I don't really think I could get too crazy with this. I should be able to see the front of it, though. Yeah. You could kind of see the front plane of her knee. Alrighty. Now, the upper half. Ugh, the part that I don't know as well. We spent 10 years on legs. I did not like doing the arms. I took that lesson twice over. Can't wait to get to the arms because it confused the heck out of me. Oh, arms were a challenge, let alone hands. I'm not recording! Sorry. I love when I do that. I'm gonna make your foot bigger, by the way. Only because this is the weight-bearing foot. It should have some weight on it. It needs to be big enough to support that foot. Yeah. She's wearing like an elf shoe as she's skiing down the slopes. Cool. Alright. Move on to the upper half. Upper torso. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah. There's the bottom plane of the ribcage. Let's say it's swooping in back here. So all of this would mostly be curved. Some love handle. There's a bunch of pinching that happens up there. This is really the junk that I want to see. Beautiful pinch. Okay. Ab. Happens right there. There it is. I'm gonna give her a B curve. B for beautiful. Okay. There would be some abitude there. Okay. Strap of abs right there. Again, the legs are not as important, but I still want to make sure they're in the right place. Make her lean forward ever so slightly more. Yeah. Okay, I've been avoiding it. Let's just do it. Where is her shoulder? I'm scared. No, shrink. Down. Yeah. Okie dokie. I'm gonna make a very bold statement, and I probably will be wrong, so I'm gonna put it on another layer. Oh, Natasha! What's up? There's a Neko in a box. How you doing? I have 2 Nekos in bed with me, being cute. Oh, I could hurry, because it's 4:30, and they eat at 5:30. I have an hour. Okay. How you doing? I'm struggling. Welcome. Alright. It's foreshortened. So, I'm gonna say, once I put it in, it won't be as scary. I just need to do it. Elbow. No. Where's her shoulder? Let's find the shoulder line. Shoulder girth. There's a top plane for the rib cage. This is the part that I am very much scared of. I am less familiar with, so let's do the hard stuff now. Okay, mannequin box. There it is. And going back in space. Hope you're doing well though, Natasha. I'm doing alright so far, but we'll find out momentarily if I'm not. Okay, so here we go. That's what I needed to see. Clavicle. Wraps around. Finds the edge right about in the middle. Then there's an acromion process, step down from there, and that would become scapula. Boom. There it is. Wraps around this beautiful rib cage. Not really caring about the detail, I just want to get the form. Okay. from there. Shoulder is going to be mostly foreshortened. Oh, this is where the practice comes in. This is what the hard work is building towards. Elbow has to extend somewhere, so I'm going to do something called the coil method, which I learned forever ago, which is just drawing little spirals as a forearm or limb is getting foreshortened. So if this is shoulder, it starts thick, ends thinner, but because it's foreshortened, it's coming at us. Oh no! I just realized I drew the angle I'm drawing her is going to hide the abs that we want to see. Oh no! Well, this is not going to be a picture for the abs. Shoulders are scary. No, you know what it is? Foreshortening is scary. That's what it is. I'm scared of foreshortening like everyone else. It's still tough. Alright. I'm going to make a bet that there's an elbow there. It very well may not be. Oh god, I'm scared. I don't know if that's right. But let's try our best. So, if this is shoulder to elbow, coming back in is forearm to hand, which is squared off. Let's see. So, if I were to trace a circle from a box, which is the wrist. Yeah. I'm not even going to try to get a hand in there. I just want to know where it is. Okay. I feel like that could be a little bit more foreshortened, but I feel like we kind of got something in there. And then head would be right next door. This is probably going to be compressed and pinched because that's skin upon bone. We all know when bone meets skin, they clench and get tense together. Oh, I like bones. They don't move. Everything else around them does, though. I'm going to say there's an elbow here. Olecranon right there. Oh, I'm making a very bold claim. I don't really know. I guess I'll find out. Oh, that's 20 minutes about to be up. Eek! Because I'm glad this keeps me moving, because I'd otherwise be here for 5 more years freaking out about little things that don't matter. So now, I'm going to find her head, probably right on the side of her hand. She's hunched over, and we can probably see part of it. So let's say front plane of the head is about there. And, oh gosh, head. That bell was, by the way, 1 more minute. Let's say there's a nose. I use the nose as a marker. Foreshortened nose, foreshortened mouth, and then eyes. Okay. Oh gosh. I don't know how I feel about this. She doesn't have a neck. No, that upper torso is scary, man. Ew! But I'm glad we tried it first. That was why it's on another layer. Okay. That was the 20-minute timer. Look away from the screen for 20 seconds. It's gonna go off again. That was 20 seconds. Just look away from your screen. It's 20-second breaks instead of 2-minute breaks. So, just look away from the screen for a minute. Okay. We're back. Alrighty. So let's analyze what's going on here. What went screwy? I don't think this is correct because that implies that elbow is going closer to pelvis when we can clearly see from here it is not. It is far away. It's way out here. So now is the time, because we tried first, I now know where my weaknesses are. We're gonna build her and then flip her around. I have a little tool, a little toy. So, let's see. I'm gonna make her like this. You can't see at all what I'm doing. This also isn't a very good model because this can't bend very far. It's very rigid, but it gets me pretty close. Elbows don't bend very much. They only make right angles. Her wrist is broken, but for now, just to get a general placement, and then we'll do a more in-depth check-in in a moment. She's doing ballet. Okay. So let's see. I see what I did. The perspective I have is correct until we get to the shoulders. The shoulders would be a little bit higher. So now, I'm gonna leave this for you to see for now. That's what I'm looking at. Okay. I'm gonna sit down. Ew. And unfortunately, the next thing I'm gonna do, there is no way to show you. I have tried multiple times, it will not let me. I don't know why, but I can't share my screen on my phone. So I'm gonna build this pose on the Skelly app that Proko has. Again, not sponsored by Skelly, just really appreciate his stuff. I'm gonna use this beautiful app that makes a skeleton. It's not, you know, a great beginner tool because most of the time if you don't know what to put on top of the skeleton, it's hard to know. But it's helpful for me to at least put stuff in that we can put muscles on top later. So I'm gonna take the next like 3 minutes to make her and then I'll check back in. So if you see me fiddling with my phone, I'm not ignoring you. I can't show you what I'm doing for whatever reason. It's really hard. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, Chad, I hope you're doing well. Hopefully some of this is helpful. And if not, I don't know why else you're here. But thanks for being here. I appreciate the support, and likewise, this is for you guys. If anything, these streams are meant to help all of us. It's not just the me show, it's the us show. Alright. She's also leaning towards the pelvis. Yeah, there's a lot of torque in her pelvis. There we go. I'm gonna even exaggerate that a bit more. The skeleton app doesn't get as close as I'd like, but it's pretty close. She's even laterally like isolating the ribs a little bit that way, which this model won't let me do, but it's good to try. Okay. I'm gonna make the foot a little hyperextended. Let's rotate that knee in, bend the femur, bend the lower leg, and probably the foot is propped. I'll show you in a moment what I'm working on. Arms is where we got stuck, so let's figure that out. She's got arms above her head. Is the hand in pronation? No, it's in supination. You hold your hand up to hold soup, and then it spills on the floor, you got a problem. Pronation. So it's a palm up. So this is correct. I'm looking like a crazy person for a moment longer, but I'll be almost done. Bear with me. And she's also looking a little bit towards this camera. I'm not going to start over, hopefully. Just want to try it again to get a little closer on that torso. Head's also leaning a little bit towards us. Okay, now we just gotta put the other arm there. Quick rough and dirty block. Raise your arms from side to side. Swing your arms from side to side. Okay. Rotate. Palm up. She's losing her mind. Okay. Here's what I got. I'm also going to rotate this back. Yeah. Alright, I don't know if anyone can see this, but here's what I got. So, this is the lady on my skeleton app that I just made, and she's losing her mind. I don't think I can show her at the same time, but I got pretty close. So if I were to look away from this angle, this is the angle we're trying to draw. Kind of. So where we went wrong, you can see the elbow placement is not where I put it. But everything else, kinda there. Kinda there. Kinda there. So that's why I got so scared. Because yeah, foreshortening 1000%. There's just all of that shoulder is completely covered by a forearm. No wonder I got scared. So I feel pretty good that we got as close as we did. I'm gonna do one more pass to try to get the upper torso correct. There is way too much rib cage in here. It's exploding out of her. She would have died already.
It's 4:45 p.m.
Oh my god, is it?
Time to start wrapping up your workday and plan for dinner.
No way, bro. Is it already 4:45? You're crazy. Okay. So let's see where we went in this. I'm gonna move this. Alright, so I made the ribcage way too big. It's just a huge block. Most of that is correct though, placement wise. It's just too big. And then her head. We actually got, you know what? Pat on the chest, shoulder close. We kind of got close. We just didn't put the shoulder in the right place, but everything else, yeah. Alright, how are y'all doing? Hopefully everyone's also struggling as much as I am. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think we got pretty close. We just had to do one more thing on the shoulder, and then we could pull everything else in. And I apologize for how many people I'm offending with this horrendous accent. I'm so sorry, but I'm not gonna stop doing it. It's really fun. Alrighty. Yeah, this definitely is way more fun gesture-wise to draw, but again, it's a challenge. There's an entire reason. This is probably the best angle for this pose, but this is a challenge. So, this knee is lower, yes. Propping the knee, this knee would be higher. The pelvis is correct. We just gotta shrink the rib cage and then the arms. So I'm gonna now be referencing a skeleton pose, but I stress, try to do it without a reference first, and then you find out where your issues are, and then you can adjust later. So now, with the model physically in front of me, flipped around, I'm gonna try again. Again, you cannot see it, but... Well, actually, wait. No, I think I can show for a second. Wait. It just doesn't stay. Let's see. Screen. Connect. It may not stay, but let's find out. Ah, there we go. Yay! Okay, there it is. For a second. So that's now what I'm referencing. It's not going to stay. It's going to disappear. But now you can kind of see in real time what we're working with. So here's the angle that we're given. That's pretty close. I'll move her so you can see. Yeah. But now we're gonna flip it around. So this is kind of what we're going. There it goes. See, I told you. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, that's close. All right. So adjustments going forward in this next block. We're probably almost done with this next 20-minute block, so be ready to take a break. Reset your eyes. If you've been staring at me waffling around on my phone for a minute, stop doing that in about 10-ish minutes. Let's add some more space in between, shrink the width of this rib cage, and actually put a head and shoulders on her, and that'll probably be streamed. I don't think we'll do the full entire, detailed gesture. I just wanted to try. This is the hardest part, putting in a gesture from imagination, especially from a picture that you're not referencing. It's kind of fun to invent it when you're not looking at something, but now it's like I have to make sure all of the things are accurate. Is this leg in front of is this the correct leg that we're supposed to be seeing? Yeah, so another thing I didn't note in the skelly, this elbow would be lower than this elbow, so we should see a little bit of it in the background, above her head, above her hair bun. Okay. Oh, and I just realized also her fingers are interlacing. I thought they were just on the side of her head, like covering her ears, but no, they're interlacing in the back. She's squishing her hair. Okay, I'm ready now. Round 2. Let's get back in. I I smell bleach. Mom is cleaning. It stinks real good. It stinks real bad. Alrighty. Hope we're doing okay. Get a sip of water. Welcome back. We're gonna try again. I'm gonna just start all over again with this upper torso. I'm gonna shrink this down. These are gonna be calmer. Hopefully way less stressful because I'm figuring it out rather than being timed. Okay. No, don't pinch it. Go in. Oh, no, don't pick up the pelvis with it. I don't want you to take that. Yeah, a little bit narrower. A little bit. Okay. Even more torque. This is the advantage of cheating! Alright. Ribcage is dipping into the skin a little bit. Pinchy, 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 pinchy. Oblique town. Alrighty. If I had an liquefy tool, I would even push this leg back in space a little bit more with the hips. But I don't. So we're going to do that manually. Even more. I gave her way too much. Oh no, no, I didn't. No, we're good because there's the butt. The butt has to start up here. I didn't do anything major. No, it looks exactly the same. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. And because we're looking at the angle of her hips, let's say glute starts there, you would maybe see a little bit of the back glute back here. A little bit of it. Just a little bit of crack. Just a little bit. And then it cuts off from there. And that's the start of it. Medial. There we go. Okay, okay, okay. Getting stuck in the weeds. Sorry. That's what I do. Alrighty. This was why we set a timer to keep me moving. Let's figure out this upper torso. Okay. Some oblique would be spilling over. You got your thingamabob! What's that? I'm so proud of you. I don't know what we're proud of, but I'm so proud of you for a second until I find out why. I can't wait to find out why we're proud of you, though. Hey, congratulations for something. If you're joining this with us, though, I'm awesome. But, yeah. Sure, Evo. Why are we happy? I'm gonna say right here is the belly button. Confident statement there. Yeah. And then start of the leg. Upper torso. New layer. Lock her down. You got your mirror, Jester! You did? Wait, you finished? I want to see. I want to see what you did, because now it might challenge exactly what I'm about to do. We're almost done with this block anyway. We have what? Oh, the timer, did it go off? No, we have about 5 minutes left of this block. Let's see, Evo. Oh! Okay, okay, okay. You even shaded it and everything? Dang. Nice. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, you know what? That feels great. As far as I'm thinking, I think that was pretty close to what we actually saw in the picture. And you did your own angle, too. It's not one-to-one what I'm doing, so even better. Fantastic! Left leg to be the one with the weight on it. Ah, so you just switched the gesture leg. I see. So it's still technically the same angle, but you just flipped it around literally one-to-one. I see what you did. Very cool, very cool. There we go. I also just realized, I was like, I can't see it. This is too big. Wait a minute, I'm gonna do something a little creepy. It's gonna freak out for a second. Where is this model? I can't move this window now. Wait a minute. Oh no. But I also like that you got the bones in there. I can't click away for some reason, I don't know why. But yeah, I see the rib cage, I see it. Again, a little bit uneven. There's a little bit more rib cage that would be happening in here. Girth-wise, this would be curving downward. You'd get a little bit more of that angle in the rib cage because it's symmetrical. And then pelvis would be pinching up here. So you'd have some rib cage and some hip. But What I really like is that you're actually putting the mannequin of the skeleton inside, and that is how you can solidify shape and gesture. Even if it's not one-to-one, it's a good practice to start doing, to put that bone underneath the skin so you can put stuff on top. Even if it's not really accurate yet and three-dimensional, it's starting. And then the only other thought that I had right here is the boobs are coming from the neck. That is incorrect. They come from the shoulder. But that's okay. That's all anatomy jargon. So insertion and all that stuff. Pec muscle, you gotta have an armpit. So don't worry, the armpit confuses me too. I can't wait to remember how to do it. The armpit really confused me. So I think we could have even more squash and stretch if we're playing with that. Some torso would be kind of pinching in here, and then a little bit more of a bulky pinch right there, and then some length right there. And then we'd have a really strong gesture. But I'm so proud of you for doing this in the first place. Good job, Ebo. Congratulations, that's great. I'm gonna try to figure out why I can't get rid of this window now. It got pasted in here in a weird way. Hello? Okay, I have to get rid of it, sorry. But I'll open it again. Bub, are you yelling at me? My cat's yelling. Okay. I'm gonna open it back up. There we go. Alrighty. I'm so proud of you, Ebo. Good job. Well done. Alright, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep cranking on this. I'm gonna also change up the music that we're listening to. The Pokemon Emerald is nice, but I would like to actually hear some Junes. So have some Zelda for a moment. Enjoy chill Zelda vibes. Hopefully that's not too loud. Okay, cool. Audio about there. Oh yeah, go to bathroom. Do what you gotta do. I'm also gonna probably wrap soon because I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hanky panky. So let's put in at least the rest of this gesture, and then as we get more comfortable with things, I can decorate on top. But awesome job, Ebo. Air 5, go pee. / poop, whatever you gotta do. Alrighty, jumping back into the fray. So what is going on with her head situation? From what I did, that looks mostly correct until we get to the shoulder, and that's where it got stuck. So I'm gonna say shoulder somewhat there. This is trap. Where is my shoulder? But I think I just made this plane too exaggerated. What we had is this box, which is actually nice. You can see the top plane a bit more. And Skelly just made it a flat plane. This would also be fine, but no, we're gonna follow the plane that I made because this is the neck hole. We're gonna keep that. Ribcage is a curved box if we're simplifying ribcage. Still a ribcage shape, but it's just curvier. So the plane I had is fine. I think it just was where the shoulder was coming from that I got stuck. So I'm just gonna have to imagine that the elbow starts up here. This is all foreshortened, completely hidden by the forearm. So let's find the forearm. Our back of our shoulder is gonna be completely obscured. And this is frankly the best practice I could get because I feel the most comfortable with drawing profile. Most of us do. If you have to do foreshortening where things are overlapping, it's a scarier time. So, I don't blame you. Time to look away from the screen. Reset your eyes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That's the 20-20-20 rule. Not the accursed year that we all suffered. And welcome back. Oh, you do? I mean, I love foreshortening when done well, but actually executing it, hard. It's not easy. I'm jelly, Ebo. Alrighty. I'm on this new layer, right? Yes, I am. Very good. Okay. Let me see. I think it'll be easier once we find her head. So I'm gonna use this as my barometer. I want to continue this line, and that'll probably tell me where her head sits. So about there. I'm gonna say, I'm guessing, because we don't actually have a reference, I'm just gonna guess. About there is schnoz. So let's frame her head around here. And then from there, she's looking at us, so we should still be able to see the front profile of her face a little bit. My favorite song in this playlist. Okay. Oh boy. Sorry. Cats are catting. Bub! Mom's cleaning, and he's very excited about it. I'm gonna say this is the top of the head. You can't really even see most of her face because it's so foreshortened. So this is probably... all of this is foreshortened. Oh wait. No, no, no. Hi, bud! Where'd you come from? You scared me, you little devil. Terrifying. Alright. Here's the top of the head. Here's the... oh. I have this being the nose point. Nose. I have down here. I want a nose up here. But this way... This is a pickle, I'll tell you. My goodness. I'm really struggling. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. Okay. Well, pit of the neck, I was gonna say there. Oh man, this is really, really challenging me in the best way possible. This is why we do what we do. Okay. I'm gonna make a statement and say the nose is right there. It's a little bit less in. Okay. Yeah. Sure. And then a mouth would be there. Okay. And then her eyes. Just a dash for now. She looks like a mannequin. Okay. She's coming in though. I care less about the full head. I just want to be able to see where it is in space. And then I can put her hands on. Alrighty. Big old beautiful bun right there. Okay. I'm using the bun because it's going to tell me where the hands stop. Because this is where they connect. They interlock at the bun. So the bun is actually helping. It's not just decoration. In the circle quadrant. Let's see. Bottom of the circle is jawline. Middle of the circle is bottom of the nose line. Top of the circle is for eyebrow and hairline, I think. I'm a student still. The star of the show arrives! Yeah, it's him. Pepper's here. He's gonna start demanding dinner soon because it's about 5 o'clock. 5:30 is when they eat, so he's gonna start ramping up. Okay, so if hair and hands connect here. Oh boy. New layer because I'm scared. Let's say hands come in here. Oh, I don't do hands well. I suck at hands. This is why we practice. This lesson, this version, this journey is gonna make me do all the things I hate, which is such good practice. God, I hate it though. Okay, I see a shoulder back there. I think we can extend that elbow up here, and then there would be an elbow that comes back in to connect to that. And on the other side, interlocked, is a hand right on the edge of her ear. Ear is right here, bottom third quadrant. I'm actually going to do that in this layer here. Right here is her ear. Would it be that big? There's her ear. Okay. And right above that is her hand. At least on this side. Same, both hands, because they're connected. So I'm not even going to try getting that in there. I just want to try to maybe see some form of hands up there. So there is the shoulder back there. That's a shame though. You won't be able to see this beautiful connection of deltoid and pec and all of the beautiful meat in between. The armpit is so much fun! Ah no, the mirrored gesture is actually a hindrance in this case. Ah, nuts. But if it helps, I can briefly talk about it. Deltoid, pec, become boob. From here, I want to say shoulder muscles, I really don't remember, but teres major / minor, something like that. Lat, coming in on top of all this, wrapping around it. Back of this is deltoid, and then tricep. Christ alive, I can't remember the armpit for my life, but fudge me, man. It's really hard, but I'm sad that I won't be able to at least show this for you, because in this image that I'm going to be doing, I don't think you'll be able to see the armpit. Not really. You might be able to see a little bit of it, but it's mostly obscured by forearm, which I'm going to say most of this is going to be forearm. Yeah, I think her head's going to be covered a little bit. I'll get more surgical as we get in here. Yeah, oh, I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it. There we go. Chicken wing. There's her forearm. I'm going to lock that in. There it is. And then palm right here. It's so easy to make, to decorate bad things and make mistakes all day long. I want to be accurate. I'm not going to even try with fingers, but there's something there. Okay. There's a hand. Connect that to a box. Oh. Oh. There it is. Okay. Because now it's like, I'm not even doing any decorating. I just want to anatomically make sure this works physically in space. Okay. And then we can add the muscles in on top of that. Yeah. There's the ridge muscles. This would kind of come out a little bit. There's an elbow. Wait, where is it? I think this is elbow. Yeah. There it is. And now I have her shoulder. All of this is deltoid and bicep. Oh my god, we did it! Yeah, it's not great, but I kind of can see it. Okay, alright. I'm not even going to try to get detailed with the back, I just want to find everything. Okay. Yeah, there's more there. Sure. I'm definitely not as familiar with the back, so I'm just going to leave this as a blank slate for the most part, but that, I think we got her in. So now let's just decorate the abs and we'll call it. Whoa, this was a challenge and a half, let me tell you. Woo, okay. Yehole. Alrighty. Boss defeated, yes! Seriously, that's how it feels, man. Okay, I'm gonna go in here and now put 10 minutes on timer-wise. Oh, wait, hold on. Her head is really big. It's not that big. No, hang on. Her head's a little smaller than that. Wait a second. And her neck's a little further out. There's a little more space for that neck. So glad we did this on layers. Hallelujah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. It really does feel like that, Natasha. Boss defeated. We leveled up. Micro level up. Really, really minor, and it's not like it's glamorous at all, but... Okay. Base. Alrighty. New layer. Let's say... We already got our bones in. I'm gonna just put top, as in, like, decoration. Alrighty. This is defining all of the details that we already established because we already found mostly our bones. We're not doing leg bones and arm bones for this lesson. We're just doing abs. So let's focus on that because I'll be here for 5 more hours. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Oh gosh. Okay. We're working hard. Time to set the timer to 10 minutes to keep me moving. Alrighty. I'm gonna stop our timer. There was exactly about 10 minutes left, though, hilariously, of the 20-minute gaps. But now we're going to do it to a more structured timer. So here we go. I'm going to give myself exactly 2 more 10-minute sessions. I don't think we'll need the last one, but it'll be a bonus if we get to it. 20 minutes, collectively, of 10 minutes with 2-minute breaks. And then if we need that last 10 minute, we'll use it, but I don't think we will. And that'll take us exactly to 5:30 baby's feeding time, which they'll probably start screaming in a moment, so we gotta hurry. So, here we go. Boss defeated mostly. Now we just put this lovely lady in and decorate her a little bit. She needs boobs. We don't have any of those. So here we go. Next timer. 20 minutes, 10 minutes spaced out. Here we go. You did another super quick gesture composition thing? I can't look at it right now, but in a moment I will. Thanks, Ebo. Appreciate it. I thought you were peeing. Good job, bro. Alrighty, so here we go. I want to find this muscle. I'm going to actually go against the grid a little bit. We've been doing mostly defining bone and gesture. I definitely want to find more muscle, though. So it's important to note, the oblique, your love handle, kind of swoops in like a big old donut. Kind of curves out, sits on top of the pelvis, and goes back into the rib cage up here. So rib cage going this way, you have oblique going against that way. And then all of this beautiful oblique would be our very strong horse shadow if we were going to add shading and all of that to this image, which kind of connects into abs. So let's say belly button's right there. I see you. I'm gonna say there's some stretching happening because she's arcing that way, so it probably won't arc that much higher. She's gonna have some pinch here, but it's not gonna be as pronounced as the other side. Because you can literally see it's more stretched over here. So stretch that. There we go. And then ribs take over. Bone. Alright, now I want to really see this. Give me that. Define that curve and that pinch along this ridge. There is my squash and stretch. Right there, right meow. Over the hump. There's my bottom of the pinch. The second pinch that we're probably seeing is where ribcage connects to skin. So there's a little bit more right here where abs are. So actually, our first top pinch is a little too much. We don't need that much. It would probably be a little closer in. Yeah. If I were to hide this. I don't know. I'll see when I get there. For now, second set of abs. There's our first set. She's got a little bit of abs happening in there. Beautiful. She's ripped to the 9. This. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, no, it would be going this way. I was looking at this diagonal line across her navel, and I was like, is that correct? Would it be this way? It might actually be. I think it is this way. I stumbled over all of my words. I'm gonna say, if our rib cage is going back in space, it's following the angle of the rib cage. So, yeah, no, I had it right. Okay. This is less pronounced. This is more pronounced. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of that violin shape back in to see it. Thinner at the top, narrower at the base. Okay. It's not super obvious right now, but we're working on it through our way through. Sorry, there's a bunch of fire fighters going nuts over there. I hope everything's okay. Okay, I want a core shadow right here. Love handles always give delicious core shadows. My goodness! I'm so sorry. Whew. Hopefully everything's okay. Oh, boy, howdy. Okay, don't want to define any shading until I know what's there. But for now, I feel like that's kind of correct. Here's her torso. Let's say a cheek happens about here. You can't really see it, but it was gonna be, let's say there. How does Proko explain butts? I don't want to talk about that right now, but it's a butterfly, kind of. glute med melts into the lower fat chunk of butt. So anyway, some of that droopage happens there, and then probably the cut right there to become leg. Back of the butt, right there. Gesture right there, so we can see it. This becomes hamstring. This would mostly be in shadow. Okay. Don't want to draw more attention than necessary to that, just want to get it in there. There it is. I don't know if that's correct. I'm always still iffy on the butt lesson. I kind of breezed through it, and it was when I was coming back after a long hiatus. Gotta remember the butt. Let's see how that looks so far. Yeah, sure. Alright, sure. Here's my leg. The thigh starts right there. Can you tell I'm very confident about legs? How many ways can I avoid the arms? Stop running from them! Oh my god, Kiana! I am trying to escape my demons, man. There's the front of the leg. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I gotta get in here at the top. I need to get up here. So, let's see. I'm gonna say... oblique? Oh man, I don't remember anything else. Serratus, sure, but we're not confident. So, I need to give her boobs. They're hanging. So, one's probably there. Another one's probably at that same angle. But it's tilting up, so I'm gonna say nipplage right there. Let me draw a box for the boobs for now. There they are. And then I fill them in. There we go. Ballet, but oops. Oh, hello! I can't see what you said, just Bunny, but I'm so excited to see you. Perdón? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging. Welcome. I can't speak your language, I'm afraid, but I'm gonna keep doodling and hopefully you get something out of this. Alright. Boobs don't care about anything but gravity. Don't get excited. They're just hanging. So just give me some water balloons and that'll do. Where do they end though? Here's the sternum. We already established where it is. So let's find that. That's gonna connect up there to a pec. This is gonna connect back up here, swoop up here, and become part of the deltoid. It's gonna phase into that. Beautiful water balloon. Right there. There. Pec. Established. I found it. Okay. So now, I'm gonna definitely get some intense core shadows from that. That droop is gonna give me a strong core shadow. I don't want to detail the boobs. Oh no. I just want you to know where they are. Alrighty. There's one. Let's say that's the nipple. Then there's another one probably over there. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Because I could get in the weeds. We don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. I'm gonna say core shadow right around here. Okay. Something like that. Next, let me get the outer circle of where she is. This is belly button continuing down into oblique and then becomes the back leg. So far, how we looking? Yeah, sure. I believe that. No, I want my core shadow brush. Yeah, I believe that. Alright. Oh no. Oh no. There's definitely more squash and stretch that could be happening up here in this area. This doesn't need to be that pronounced. And then, yeah, some of that comes in, droops down, becomes the... Okay. I see where I went. No. I see where I went wrong. I don't want to detail too much, but enough for you to know. Skin folds are happening there. I still don't really understand this so much, these striations that are happening. Oh, Thank you so much for translating. You're so sweet. I'm sorry I'm just seeing it, but I appreciate your comments. Thank you very much. I'm not a professional. I'm just a student like you, learning as much as I can. But thank you so much. Appreciate the feedback. We learn here together. If I'm not making any sense, I'm sorry. But if it is translating somewhat, thank you. Oh! I just realized what I'm seeing. Oh, whoa. I'm gonna open up my abs in the website. Hold on. While we're taking a break. Stand up and look away from the screen for a second while this loads. Yeah. Hey, children. Don't look at me like that. Thank you so much. Yay for Google Translate. Yes, I agree. Thank you, Natasha, for translating. I appreciate that. Okay. Are you serious? You're gonna make me sign in? What do you mean? I already have an account, you ding-doing. You doif. Don't make me do this. I'm live. Aw, are you serious? Alright, fine. Well, forget it. I just wanted to show you the obliques up close. It's gonna make me do stupid things, but wait, I might have it on my phone. Hang on. I just gotta show you. Oh, I have to download it again. No, never mind, forget it. Oh well, I tried. Oh well, the whole point, I just wanted to remember, we're not there yet, but the obliques, they start out as like this big ol' love, they end as like this big ol' love handle right here, right? Uh-oh. Hello? Oh, computer's giving me signs that it's dying. Is it time to stop? Oh, are you crashing now? Sigh. You never crash. Oh dear, when was the last time I saved? Oh no. Oh no. Sigh! No! Wait, we're okay? Oh, we're good. Woo! Alrighty, we're fine. Sigh, don't do that. That's not funny. Okay, I wanted to remember the obliques swoop back. They gradually, I think, connect in the back of the ab. The obliques gradually connect back here. So these all go like, I gotta see it again, but like that. So I don't think they go that high. I think they go to the lower ribs, like around there. Yeah, that feels more accurate. Oh, I drew this on the same layer? Fantastic. Get out of here, because that's wrong. While we were figuring it out, I don't think that's right. Okay. Yeah, that feels better. So, this is what I'm seeing. This is the pinchy of ribcage that we established in here, stretching along that curve of oblique. So, if we have a strong muffin top bowl of fat sitting right here, these all become eventually into the striations. That's what we were seeing, I think. Okay, that makes more sense. So now we can really see that bulge a bit more, really pushing that squash and stretch. Yeah, that's a bit more obvious. There we go. Just know that this is all one muscle that we will learn next time, which I very much am excited for. I love the obliques, they're fun, because when you twist, that's where you get to see action. That's the classic squash and stretch that you get into the Mickey Mouse capades. When you think of old school Disney and they're doing the rubber hose animations, this is where all the squash and stretch happens, so like really accentuate that bulge. I love it. It's fun. Alright. We're running low on time, sorry. I just wanted to get at least as much as I can in there. I don't think we need to really worry about as much in the ab area because it's mostly covered. The whole goal was to give you abs, and I did my best with what we could see, and I think that's all I can do. The only other thing I might do in these remaining 10-minute time is to break things up. So we're gonna do one more timer and just clean up what I didn't get to. We got the abs in, which was the most important part. I feel like we got pretty close in finding the abs. Everything else is icing on the cake. So if there's any questions, now's the time. If you want me to take a look, Evo, I'm happy to do so now as well. So I'm gonna pause real quick. Longer stream today because it just was more so me figuring things out. Oh! Fun little gesture thingamabob during free time. Hey now, wait a minute. What is this cooking over here? You got some more work to share. We do love work. All right. Perspective. Oh my goodness. Hang on a second. I'm starting to see it. This is foreshortened. Wow. I'm going to say it right now off the bat. Perspective is fun, but you got to rein it in at some point. It's real strong here. The legs feel a little bit long. I'd almost say this fisheye lens is wonderful to start with, but it's starting to grow out of proportion to the point where now it's like the legs, if this person were to stand up, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not going to say don't go for the forced perspective lens because I do love a very nice narrow fisheye lens. It's very fun. If it feels relatable. This one feels stronger. I'd actually say this one feels a little bit more realistic, and this is your cast shadow. But your plane is down here. Would the shadow be this way? It would be a little more lower. But again, if you're going for exaggeration and less accuracy of realism, I don't care. Have fun. Go for it. Go off, King. But yeah, I agree. Foreshortening is fun. It's just a matter of how much is too much, you know? So that's a question you have to ask yourself. Do you want it to be somewhat living in reality, or you just have fun and go for it? Who cares, right? Okay, let's finish this lady. I need to put some clean arms on here, and then we'll call it. That was the main goal of this lesson, and I think we got pretty close. And I might add the core shadow comes back in up here, because the boobage is going to be covering, so just to even more intensify where shadows are falling. Okay, now I can really see it. Yeah. Foreshorten to your heart's content, Evo. Be my guest. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm only just like finalizing boobitude because it's giving me more definition of where perspective-wise things live. This felt a little off to me when I was looking at it, so I'm gonna just adjust that ever so slightly because I forgot. Boobs are not one-to-one in the same position. They don't hang parallelly, they hang diagonally. So they would be, this one's going this way, this one's going this way. So I have to make sure that's clear. So this would be swooping back a little more. That's what I messed up doing. And if you missed the boob lesson, I don't blame you. But there were no boobs in there, I promise. It was all censored. There we go. Okay, that feels better. Nipple right there. All right. Yeah. All right, so now this would become pec. Pec would bend back up here to become part of the arm, which is being hidden right now, completely obscured by this forearm, juicy forearm, completely in front. All of this is sternum. Probably a little bit of striation happening up here because she's very lean, so you might see a little bit of that. Skin being compressed here. And then it wouldn't be that dark. It's light. Light. Like a shirt. If you're wearing a shirt and you see the shirt kind of... I'm taking more time than I need to on the boobs. Move on. Okay. Sorry. Last thing. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right. Moving on. Where is back happening? I think that's also where I'm getting confused. If I look at my skeleton, this beautiful oblique curves back around here, so you would still see that boat, but things would kind of straighten out from there, and then you get into a little bit of this upper torso bending. So I want to get that in. Then you see, let's see, you might even see C7 popping out, so a little bit of shading there, and then a little bump for shoulder scapula. This scapula actually would be protruding a bit more because her shoulder is extending out. So if you flare your elbows out, your shoulder blades literally pop out of the back. You can feel them. Ah! Sorry! I get excited when I draw anatomy. So there would be some extension of ribcage and shoulder flare back there. A little bit. So I want to make sure we can see those chicken wings. Beautiful. Folds back in, and then you'd have some trappage. There's trap. There's trap. Oh god. So now I see what I did wrong. Arm would be here. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, well, this is why we're doing it. Good practice, good practice. I'm gonna just make a generic arm for now because I don't think that's correct. And because I didn't really find her neck, there's gonna be probably a neck there, and then this is deltoid. Be curving in there. There'd be a pinch right there. Trap, and that becomes tricep. I'm gonna extend this a little. It'd be relaxed mostly because it's bent, so it's not extended, but the bicep would be extended, popping out. Alright, most of this is going to be obscured by head though. I'm not going to give her beautiful doll eyes, I just want to get the most of her head in. Okay, where's her neck? Where's her neck? There's her neck. I found her neck. From there. Shoulders, what else? Trapezius. It swoops in down and comes to the front where the clavicle is. We're gonna get to that later. For now, just build a kite around C7. Longer one today. Yeah. Alright. I think we have almost got her. I just need to know. Oh gosh. Yeah, she's not girthy, but there's some squash and stretch happening there. Alright. I just need to know. Where the heck is her armpit? Let's see. I always forget the horse muscle, the latissimus dorsi comes up here, and then it would lap back there, and then it would become part of this into armpit, deltoid. I don't need to know exactly where it is, I just need to know where it finishes. This is where I get really nervous and scared and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm losing control quickly. I gravitate back to the boob. Let me see this. Yeah, there's a lot of bumps in here that don't make sense now that I'm looking at it. If it's not clear, don't put it in. Yeah, I'm not sure, so I'm gonna just leave all this blank. I'm not sure. What I am sure of, though, are legs. But I would like to know where her head is. So let's find that real quick. This is fine. I think this is good. Let me just get a cheekbone in. Find the cheekage. Schnoz. Do I want to spend 3 minutes doing her face? No, I want to spend 3 minutes finding her legs. Because that feels good. Yeah. Bone meets squish. There's a quad. Be extended because it's working hard. There's the quad muscle. This is the side of the quad. This is part of the hamstrings. Then we get to some curve here. Curve, curve, curve. Straight, straight, straight. Maybe mix and match it if you can. So curve straight for that bone. Curve knee. There's the kneecap. I found it. Straight. Maybe a little curve for quad and calf. Hamstring. Egg behind the hamstring becomes calf. Oh, it's too big. Getting wily with these calves. Yeah, there we go. And then foot. Yeah, I found you. I found you. I found you, hun. Ankle. Oh, I don't like ankles either. I'm just having fun now. I'm gonna just draw a shoe. I'm gonna just give her a shoe. There's a little curve in that shoe. Small curve. There's her heel. Heel, toe. Great tap move. Ankle number 2 coming in. Very small. let's see. This is where I struggle. I get fancy with the feet because I don't understand them. Start with basic primitives. Foot widens as it gets bigger. There's her toes. So a little bit of an ankle bump right there, metatarsal bump. There we go. There's the shoe. Okay, that's a foot, right? Yeah, sure. I'll agree with that. All right. Now, other foot, we don't really need to see it, but it would be four-starched. So let me put that in. Other foot. Let's work our way down this leg. Curve meets straight bone. Draw a little baseball diamond for a knee. Oh god, no. Gracilis and all that juicy mushy stuff right there. Sartorius curves back out. Inner thigh. Hamstring. Okay. Hamstring. You'd be able to see... No, you wouldn't be able to see it because this leg is curving in. No, you wouldn't. It's hidden. This would be calf. If I were to draw bone, there's the tibia. This would be four-starch. Oh god, I'm having fun. And I don't draw fast when I'm having fun. Curve. Maybe a little extra curve for a little bit more of that definition. There's a muscle there that I don't remember, but your calves have a triple curve in them. A little bit of calf poking out on the other side. Double line. 10 seconds. No! Having too much fun. Okay. Alright. And that's time. Okay. Let's see what we got. Well, you know what? I believe this leg. She has no arms. Because I ran away from them like a coward. But what I do believe, without a shadow of a doubt, is these abs. Which was the whole point of the lesson, so mission accomplished. Oh, thank you, Evo. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm still decorating, but no one really needs to see this phase. I'm just doing nothing now. I'm just adding extra details and stuff. So really, I think we got the gist of her in. The only thing that I could have added was arms, and I ran away because I'm scared. But you kind of can see them. Kind of. So if I were to really, really quickly block them in, there's an elbow. Sharp with the curve. Meet curve. There we go. And then sharp, meet curve. There's an elbow. And then the rest of this would just swoop back into the entire fold that is arm. Yeah, bicep, tricep, some kind of sep, something's happening there, sure. Doesn't really make sense to my brain just yet, but it's there. And then deltoid. You could barely see it, but there would be a deltoid there. This might be a pit. This might be the start of a pit bull. Yeah. Alright. And then there's some serratus or something. And some oblique or something. I don't remember a lot of that. Oh man, I forgot a lot of things. And she's still headless. But you know what? We got the gist of it in there. I'm gonna really quickly just blur the stuff that's too prominent, that's not as important. Whatever is not as important is not as needed. We don't need to see it as much. I'm gonna erase that. I'm recording, just making sure. Where's my eraser? There it is. Small light eraser, just to get rid of some of the stuff we don't need to see as much. What's the stronger thing? Right here. There's like way too many curves happening in here, I just realized. We don't need that double curve. Nope. That's fine. That's better. That's a little better. That's a little better. Yeah. I believe this headless woman. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yeah. As we get better at anatomy and understanding all the mechanics that make our bodies function and how they do what they do, we might get more, you know, brave about stuff, but for the most part, I think that's a stream. Yeah. I had fun, though. I hope it was somewhat edutational. Edutainment? That's my whole goal here, is to make anatomy fun, if it makes sense along the way. Bonus. Yeah, I'm gonna probably keep fiddling with this after stream, but I think I feel pretty good about that. So, anyway, if anybody wants to continue doing this nonsense for a little bit longer, be my guest. But next time, we're gonna be doing obliques. I'm very excited because I had some of my strongest gestures for the obliques. They're really fun because it's a lot of twisting and turning and curving and stuff. So, all that good stuff will happen next Sunday. And until then, you were very entertained. Yay! Yeah, longer stream. This was 2.5 hours. Usually it's only 1 hour and a half, but I wanted to give you something good to chew on for our abs lesson, and especially since the last few times I've tried to flip the model, it was a disaster when I tried to rush. So I feel a lot better about this one. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you like what we do here, please feel free to subscribe, like, and do all the stuff. Comment if you feel like it. And what is PLD? There we go. PLD. Keep playing. Keep loving and keep dreaming. It's been a while since I took ASL. I'll see you guys next Sunday for obliques. Until next time, ciao for now, friends. Thanks for hanging out. Mwah. Bye.